Good evening. Tensions are flaring in the South China Sea again, but this time, China's calculated aggression towards the Philippines is raising alarms across the Indo-Pacific, from laser attacks on Philippine ships to dangerous shadowing of fishing vessels. Beijing seems to be dialing up its bullying tactics. But the question remains is this: a military provocation or a deliberate geopolitical strategy to dominate the region? Stay tuned as we uncover the dangerous dance between China and the Philippines. And the world's response? Over the past year, Chinese maritime forces have repeatedly harassed Philippine ships in the West Philippine Sea, a territory internationally recognized as part of the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. From water cannon blasts to laser targeting of Coast Guard vessels, the escalation is clear and consistent. These are not isolated incidents. China's maritime militia marked irregular ships backed by the PLA Navy have swarmed disputed shoals, blocking access to vital fishing grounds and disrupting Philippine resupply missions to outposts like Ayungin Shoal. Analysts say China's actions are part of a larger strategy to assert total control over the South China Sea, a region rich in resources and a strategic military gateway. With the Philippines strengthening ties with the United States, hosting joint military drills and upgrading naval bases, China appears determined to send a message: back off. But is this just about territory or about dominance? By intimidating smaller nations like the Philippines, China hopes to test the limits of U.S. commitment and ASEAN solidarity, betting that no one wants a war. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has pushed back hard. His administration has filed dozens of diplomatic protests, conducted joint patrols with the U.S. and Australia, and publicly named and shamed China's illegal actions. Philippine defense officials say, "This is our backyard. We will not yield an inch." The armed forces of the Philippines AFP have also begun modernizing, acquiring U.S. Black Hawk helicopters, coastal defense systems, and missile-capable vessels. The world is watching and reacting. The U.S. has reaffirmed its mutual defense treaty with the Philippines, warning that any armed attack on Philippine forces in the South China Sea will trigger American intervention. The European Union, Japan, and Australia have voiced concern over China's coercive behavior. Even Canada has joined freedom of navigation missions. The message is clear: the Philippines is not alone in China, is being isolated diplomatically. As warships and fighter jets crisscross contested waters, the world wonders, is this the prelude to a regional war? Military analysts warn that one miscalculation, one flare-up could ignite a larger conflict. China's bullying tactics may be psychological warfare, but they walk the razor's edge of real war. And in this high-stakes game, the Philippines stands as a litmus test for regional power balances. Asterisk from laser threats to diplomatic duels. The South China Sea is a flashpoint waiting to erupt, but the Philippines is not backing down. And as China tightens its grip, the question remains: how far will the world let this go before the spark becomes a flame? This is Live News 16. Stay sharp, stay informed.